New tonight, a live look from Washington. President Obama announcing he will meet with congressional leaders at the White House tomorrow in search of a compromise to avoid a year-end fiscal cliff. The president and the Senate are both in the nation's capital tonight. Just days before the deadline, both sides are engaged in legislative and political chicken. The president called each of the four congressional leaders before leaving Hawaii. In his conversation with the Senate Republican leader, Mitch McConnell, he told the president he must see details of any Democratic proposal before agreeing to a vote. That's according to a McConnell aide who says it was the first time the two men talked since Thanksgiving.
We'll see what the president has to propose. Members on both sides of the aisle will review it, and then we'll decide how best to proceed. Hopefully, there is still time for an agreement of some kind that saves the taxpayers from a wholly preventable economic crisis.
Democrats say the only way to avert the crisis this late is with the president's long-held position, keeping tax cuts in place for households making under $250,000. House leaders announced the chamber will reconvene on Sunday and possibly stay in session until a new Congress is sworn in on January 3rd. 7 News always investigating. Reporter Marshall Zelinger tracking down our lawmakers. Marshall, one Republican that is telling you he's not happy about being left out of this process.
Yeah, Representative Mike Coffman making it clear to me that he wants to be part of any vote on Fiscal Cliff legislation, that he doesn't even want his own party brokering this in a back room.
The president needs to back away. John Boehner needs to back away. Harry Reid needs to back away. And let us vote on stuff.
Whether it's going to pass or not.
Whether it's going to pass. You know, they keep wanting to define the outcome.
Republican Representative Mike Coffman tells 7 News a fiscal cliff compromise should be done in public by having the Senate make changes to a current fiscal cliff bill and then send it back to the House.
Let people like me offer amendments. And let's just vote it up or down.
Coffman sat in on a conference call with all House Republicans at 12:30 p.m.
Were you told the Senate is taking this up and you will have something to vote on?
No, we weren't.
Democratic Congressman Ed Perlmutter got this email an hour before talking with us, letting him know he's called back to Washington Sunday night, possibly for a vote.
Besides voting yes or no, do you have any input on the content?
Well, we'll see the different pieces that I've suggested if they get into the final bill.
Perlmutter tells us he's emailed ideas to congressional leaders, even the White House. But what a final bill might look like, no one may know until right before we tumble over the fiscal cliff.
I will likely have minutes or at the most hours to actually see what it is that the House is supposed to vote on.
If you get a bill Sunday, and you haven't read it yet, is it appropriate to vote on it that same night?
That's a very good question. And we'll just have to see what comes.
Is it appropriate to get a bill, potentially amend the bill, and still vote on it by the end of the year? That's pretty fast.
I believe so, sure.
Will people know what they're voting on?
Absolutely.
Lawmakers were told they need to be back in Washington by 6:30 Sunday night, but as of tonight, no one knows if there will be any vote at all come Sunday night. Reporting live, Marshall Zelinger, 7 News.